Mic check 1 2 1 2, and welcome back to Talk School After Hours podcast. We're your hosts. That man is TJ Bay, and I'm the Negro Allen Poe. For those who love it, you love it. If you don't, we can do without you. Anyway, T, how was your week, man? You know, it's been a week. I know some big things happened.
My bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Been a good week, you know. Took my son up to Portland and watched the Warriors lose and shit. It was, it was fucking. Anyways, I guess it was a good week. It was a good trip, though.
How was the experience of was that your first NBA game or no?
Nah, it was my first NBA game. I got to see Magic Johnson play against the Warriors back a long time ago when Nuke Bowl was playing and shit. So,
Oh shit, that's dope.
yeah.
Man. Yeah, I've yet to see a Laker game.
Well,
Even when I was in Southern California, I've yet to see one.
I know they tickets is cheap. Nigga, you better go and get.
Niggas ticket about to blow up, cuz once some niggas get in the playoffs, it's about to blow up. I mean, you got to think, you know, all-time leading scorer, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. But
Yeah, we
yeah,
will.
my week, Sunday went over to mom's crib, hung out with her for a little bit. Monday was her birthday,
Okay, okay.
and then we're gonna do dinner with her tomorrow, Saturday. But last night, I got bored at the house, so I was like, let me go check out Monterey High, our alma mater, Monterey High School. Let's go check out a basketball game. The game was cool. You know, we lost by 3, but like I was telling you earlier,
What
man,
was the score though?
it was like 63 to 60, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but Carmel was up by they were up by 11 at halftime. So Monterey made that push, just couldn't finish it. Some good players, but like I was telling you and those who were in attendance, I mean, the high school games weren't rowdy, man. Like we grew up in high school where girls would have the initiative, all them, and make up chants for us. You know what I'm saying? Like we come off the bench. Who's the man? Titan Man. I thought that was the hardest thing ever because I was like, damn, that shit's pretty hard. I was kind of upset. It's like fuck, because then they gave me Allen, the Tower of Power, Whitfield. Now back then I was like, that shit's whack. But now I'm older, like, hey, that's just kind of hard. They call me the Tower of Power because like.
Nigga, you gotta embrace what you know what I'm saying. You had to embrace it, I guess.
Yeah, but you got like, you got the G Nasty chant, you got Camacho chant, you got even Peanut Parker was hard. I was like, cause I think that was my favorite album. Cause it's good, Peanut Parker. I was like, cause it's hard. Hey, that was probably the hardest chant out of everything.
Oh my god, man, I forgot that.
I thought that was the best chant ever. I was like, that shit's hard. Y'all took some time with that one.
Yeah, cause Peanut Parker, cause
yeah. But yeah, I mean, just
man,
I really do blame the Central Coast area of making shit so expensive, man. Because there are a lot of good families who have young kids that aren't here, so the attendance has dwindled. Like I told you, the basketball gym, they've taken out bleachers. It's not really packed. It's just weird. But with technology and everything like now, it's like our high schoolers even into going to games anymore?
Well, nigga, can't you watch the games on YouTube or something now?
I think there's a link, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as a player, so imagine if we were in this time period and we're playing the game and it was just parents and no students went to the game.
Well, the kids got to be more likable then, I guess. I don't know.
That is true. That is true. I mean, we were, pretty likable.
Yeah, because I don't think initial relationships with kids now is like, I was talking to my son about this, and I was telling him how we used when I was younger, I was his age, when we liked a girl or something, we would go up and talk to him now. You know what I'm saying? And then
Nah, hold on, no, no, he wouldn't. We'd be like, hey,
no, nah, cuz
you
like
would find her friend first, be like, hey, hey, why don't you
hold
go
on,
tell
man.
such and such I liked her? You know what I'm saying? Hey,
That's what that was you was on that tip out because I
nah, cuz no, you're
because
trying to
I
put it
had
on. Don't be trying to
nah
put it
man
on me.
because what I'm saying when I was young I had uh I had a little mouthpiece cuz nah but I was telling them so like we used to go up and talk to women like we didn't slide in their DMs and
Right?
and
Yeah,
then
you had to feel the actual physical denial. Like no,
yeah,
like
yeah, you got the actual no right in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no uh whatever the hell it was.
and hold on real quick. Why were niggas like that? Like, hey, you want to go out? She's like, no. Fuck you, then. Like, how, how come we were so like upset about that shit? We were hella mad. Like, well, fuck you, then, cuz I ain't trying to be with you anyway. You start calling her names. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you out, cuz.
Yeah,
Oh man,
we were ruthless. I mean, reject. We didn't take rejection well back then.
yeah. I actually got my game from my cousin. So in 8th grade. So on Sunday nights, like we had talked about
Mm,
KCB, right? So my,
uh-huh,
my cousin would come pick me up late, like probably like 9 or something like that, late night.
right.
And he'd have me ride with him, go see a girl, right?
Mm.
So of course, I'd be in the back seat while they're sitting there, talking. He's trying to mac and shit. And a- and like at times he couldn't figure out what he wanted to say. So
uh-huh.
I would interject, right? And I'm 13 and this person is like 19. So I interject and it makes perfect sense. He's like, "Oh yes, that's what I'm trying to say." So he would always take me with him for me to what was the name of that movie with Steve not Steve Gutenberg, Steve Martin. It was
Naked Gun.
no, it was Roxanne. Remember where
Oh, okay,
he had a
okay.
long nose?
The long nose. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like that nigga. I was like, should what was it? Bergerac.
Cyrano
Yeah,
Bergerac.
I was like Cyrano Bergerac, right? So I'm in the back seat. So while he's over here trying to tell her, how he feels and shit. He can't really put it into uh the best way. I'm in the background. I'm like, oh, so what you're trying to say is da 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 da. She's like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah, that's what I'm trying
He
to
said
say.
Cyrano.
Yeah, Cyrano de
Cyrano
Bergerac. Yes, yes. From now on, hey, this is the Talking Spanish podcast with TJ Bay and Cyrano de Bergerac.
All right, Al. That's new Al, aka
Yeah,
Cyrano de
Cyrano de
Bergerac.
Bergerac. Yeah, well, yeah, man. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was good catching up with certain people, seeing certain coaches.
Okay.
Yeah, real quick, man. For those who don't believe, this is not a small time podcast. This isn't.
Come on, man. Al.
Nah, hold up, cause I'm not gonna
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
I'm not gonna put any names out
Say
there.
what
I'm
you gonna say.
not gonna put any names out there. What I'm saying
All
is,
right.
this ain't. Oh, you got a little podcast going on. Nah, my nigga, like, uh, you don't sell us for short because this is gonna blow up, and then once it does, you're gonna want to be a part of it. So for all the fans out there, we do appreciate you guys, and we thank you guys for riding with us all this time. But yeah, man, I think that's one thing. eh, I think that's a key sign of jealousy.
Huh?
You know,
Uh,
and like
okay, okay, okay. Go
when
ahead.
like
Preach.
let's say football turns in high school, right?
Hmm.
Man, let's say you caught a pass and juke somebody. Always that one dude be like, oh, nigga, you thought you had a little juke right there. Although you
Right.
although you clearly juked him out of his pants. Oh, nigga. Oh, yeah. I saw your
He
little
just
dunk.
can't give you. He can't give you a full props on
Nah,
it.
yeah. It's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, oh, you dunked on somebody. Like, oh, yeah. We saw your little dunk. What you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we ain't little dunk, nigga. Like, I did it. We did it.
That's
So
that's why if someone uses that, yeah, when the older people would be like, "Oh, nigga, I see you get a little dunk," and nigga, I ain't feel. I'll be like,
Right.
"Nigga, I'll dunk on you too, bro."
Right.
Like,
Oh, do you got a little paper,
um,
cuz? Okay, I see you got a little money. Man,
yeah, I'll
cuz
bang, nigga, I'll bang on you too, cuz nigga, anybody can get it, man. You know how it is when you're young.
friendship or not, nigga, like, you will catch it for sure.
Oh man, back in our day, man, I mean, that's what I was saying. We was ruthless, man. If we had a chance, like if you was under the, if we caught somebody under the rim, but if we caught somebody lacking under the rim, man, you know what they would get? They get the full brunt of the dunk. Nigga, I mean, just you know what I'm saying? You put your, you damn near hang all on their neck and shit.
Yeah.
Put your little legs on their neck and
It
stuff.
was it was either the Sean Kemp dunk against Chris Gatling
Yeah.
or the
Oh, yeah,
Sha
the point now.
yeah, when he pointed, got you, nigga. It's either that
Ooh.
it was either that
Yeah, cuz.
or it was the Shaquille O'Neal when he dunked and pushed Sean Deli down, cuz, and he got mad, got up, threw the ball
Yeah.
at him. When he dunked or pushed him in the chest, "Get down, nigga."
Yeah, cuz that was last, cuz when Shaq
It wasn't
cuz oh my god, cuz I remember that too, cuz that had me dying, cuz.
I mean, it wasn't embarrassing enough that he got dunked on, but then he gonna push him in his chest and push him down. I'd have been mad. I threw the ball at that nigga too. Like, the fuck you, cuz. Like, come
Oh man.
on, man. You're doing too much.
Yeah, you gotta. I hope you can run that in the, in the little TV, man, because that's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
just those two. Just show the people those two dunks right there, because
Because
man,
the,
back in the day, because yeah, everybody shoots threes nowadays in the the NBA, but back then, it was it was getting posterized was our game. You know what I'm saying?
weren't no tees. Niggas weren't getting teed up. Like, nah, niggas
Yeah,
is what it is, cuz.
yeah,
That Sean Kemp dunk. But anyway, man.
savage.
Anyway, just like I was saying, man, this ain't a little podcast. So for those who listen and watch, don't ever approach me and say, "Oh yeah, so you got your little podcast," because likely, I mean, you could do the same thing, like, "Oh, nigga, you do a little coaching," or "Nigga, oh, you got your little barbershop." See, that's not me. That's not who I am. So don't try to
Demean.
demean and degrade the movement on what we're doing because I can do the exact same thing.
Okay. Well, yeah, yeah.
You know,
We're
oh,
not gonna go
nigga,
down the we won't travel down the road of pettiness.
yeah,
So,
nigga, got your little business to going, nigga. You're like, come on, guys.
all right. So
All right,
we was just talking about the NBA. So let's get into this. Okay.
it's been a
So
while.
I
It's been
just
a
want to
while.
say that,
72 hours.
yeah, it has been. I want to say this because I was on Facebook and I noticed a dude said something right and it cracked me up because what he said what he said was, yeah, he was like, man, the post he commented, he's like, man, and it was what was so funny about it because it just seemed sincere. He's like, man, I blame this all on the job, man. And then he put in quotes and he said, "We good in the West, man." And then he did the little emoji sign with the I forgot which emoji sign it was. Nigga, it was just like, it was like the one where he looked to the side like this. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
looks up to the side. Because you know what I'm saying? That shit just had me cracking up. And I was just thinking, like, maybe was that what triggered all this? You know what I'm saying? I know KD wanted to go to the Suns for a long time now, but
That was for me. I think the Rudy Gobert trade last year kind of fucked everything up, set everything off. Um,
like in what way?
well, because they gave up so much for him. You know what I'm saying? To where no one could provide the
Okay.
exact same package. But then this year, like, shit went haywire, and whoever is in charge of the Brooklyn Nets needs to be fired. You had so you had what in 4 years, you had Kate 4 or 5 years, right? It was 4 years? Or
Mhm.
if not shorter. You had
Just
KD,
a
James
maybe a
Harden,
4-year span.
you had KD, James Harden, and you had Irving.
Mhm,
James Harden already saw the paint on the walls like, "Yeah, nigga, I'm out."
mhm.
And then Kyrie Irving's like, "I'm out." But they're all cool. They're all homies. Like, "Hey, goes, you know what I'm saying? It's like niggas powwow. It's like, "Hey, man," niggas smoking a blunt, and it's like, "Hey,
I love y'all,
uh,
man, but
yeah, I
it's
love y'all
not
niggas, but I think we need to leave, man. This shit ain't what it is. What we thought it was gonna be, right?"
right,
Niggas bounce. Like, no matter what, Brooklyn is still the New Jersey Nets. It doesn't matter if the name changed or not. The
right.
team in New York are the Knicks. Now, if they already played for the Knicks, they never would have left,
Maybe, maybe.
you know? And then KD going to Phoenix. I mean, god dang. Either they want KD to be happy or they want Chris Paul to finally win an NBA championship because that's one thing that he's missing.
Nah, man. Okay, let me say something about this because I we have to address this elephant in the room with because this elephant is not just your typical elephant. This is a huge elephant. This is the biggest elephant in the world. If Chris Paul does not win the championship now with KD, there's nothing to be said. Yes, there's nothing to be said. Like how everybody be like, oh, okay, when you get three of the best players, or good players on the team, or superstars on the team, it's a super team. You
Right.
got four players right now, which is the equivalent of a super team. You know what I'm saying? Like they got all the fucking pieces, whatever. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
You got a
Chris
point guard,
Paul,
you got a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, and you got Anton, who's a decent center. He's pretty. I mean, he's a good center.
oh, you mean Aiton?
Yeah, Aiden. I said Anton. My bad, Aiden. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's a really good center. So
Now
what is
he's
your
averaging
excuse?
18-10. So yeah, that's what you need. But you
And
got KD, you got Devin Booker, who just got back. He's getting on his ramp up stage or whatever from back from his injury.
right,
So like Chris Paul, you have no choice but to win the championship now.
yeah.
There's no,
If Chris
and
Paul doesn't
this
win,
this year,
that nigga's
this
Cliff
year,
Paul. He'll be Cliff
yeah,
Paul.
yeah,
If he don't win, he's Cliff Paul from here on out.
that's it. That's it. It's this year. Like it's this year or bust for Chris Paul. Cause like nigga, we gonna be you gonna be running down the court with your geriatric shit on, you know what I'm saying? Next year, like you trying to get through, the season now. Like, but another elephant in the room, which is not such a big one, is can KD stay healthy though? KD is frail, man. Let's just be honest, guys.
I've been think
Let's,
I've been
that,
thinking about this for a long time, and tall players don't last too long in the NBA. And the first person who made me think about this is Rick Smits. Because Rick Smits, for those who don't know, he was a dope ass center. Like he would get buckets. I mean, buckets, right? But he had knee
yeah.
problems. You have Yao Ming. He's tall. He has foot problems, right? So it's one of those things where, as a big man, you probably only have a good 10-year span at your height. But KD can shoot. I don't know.
I gotta say this, man. As a big man, and the big men in the NBA, the reason why they be getting hurt doing all this shit is because they don't do enough training in the off season and shit. Rick Smits, because I'm sorry, like Rick Smits can shoot the lights out, but literally his vertical was probably about what 15 inches, 20 inches. Good thing he was like 7'3",
Yeah, but he was 7
but
foot something. So,
yeah, but still, it doesn't matter because like you gotta get in the gym, cause you
but then
gotta
again,
get in the gym.
Then again,
And
they didn't have the, I'm sorry to cut you off, but they didn't have the,
what?
training as far as, like, like
Nigga, man, fuck
no,
that,
no,
man.
what I'm saying is, like, nowadays players have, like, they have mobility training, like ligament
True,
training. So they didn't have
true,
that back then. So I
true.
so I can put that to him getting hurt. But with these
I
players
can.
nowadays, yeah, with the players nowadays, they have all this training to where they can make themselves more lively, stronger in their knee joints and their legs to where they can
Right.
last longer in the league.
That's why AD has no excuse. I'm sorry, you're 28, bro. How old is he? He
Yeah,
ain't.
he's around there.
So like you have no excuse. Get your ass in that weight room, cause like if you're if your knees or your feet are the issue all the time, you know what I'm saying, you gotta strengthen those areas and you know what I'm saying, and make them more durable, so you can go out like man,
You know what's crazy about
if
AD, and I've always I've always thought about this is that he was a point guard in high school and had a
right.
huge growth spurt, right?
Hmm.
So, us like
You
us
gotta
growing up,
work out more, man. That's what
right,
it is.
right,
You
but like
gotta do
us growing up in high school. So I was 6'4", which is a point guard in the NBA, right?
mhm.
But they had me posting up. So if I
Nigga,
was
wait,
no,
wait, 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 wait.
look,
Nigga, what you do? Hold on, man.
listen to what I'm saying.
I know what you saying, but let me have it. You don't just say you, because
Well, yeah, you as
in
well. Yeah, you
high
were
school,
power
I
forward
was
all
5'11". I'm
right,
5'11" playing power forward, but
right.
go ahead now.
But what I'm saying is, like, if we were to have like a big spurt, a growth spurt, you would
Mhm.
think as an NBA player, being a point guard starting out, that you would
Right.
still refine those skills and be like Luca, you know what I mean? At like, or a Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? I think their bodies can't take it. Like they weren't supposed to. They were better at a smaller height than they were as they grew.
What it is they let people tell them
Well,
like,
yeah,
"Oh, you're
what you should play.
6'10". Yeah, you're 6'10", so you need to be like you're 6'10", you're 240, 250. You need to play this way. Like that's the problem. Like being able to refine your skills is let your coach has to let you be able to play freely. Like
Mhm.
so um they changed the way AD plays and shit like that. You still see the flashes of it, the of his little point guard shit, every time he takes the ball to the hole, sometimes, from the
Right.
3-point line. But yeah. So
So, who were the winners of the trade deadline?
ooh, I can say who one of the biggest losers to me is.
I would okay. So winners, I would say Lakers made some good trades. Uh,
Lakers. Lakers definitely or I give an A. To Phoenix Suns just because they
A
got
plus,
KD.
A
I
plus.
give I give him an A minus because he's injury prone. Because he got to be able to last. If he's gonna be lucky to play 50 games if it's 50 games from the back end. Say if he gets hurt in the beginning of the season and then he's able to play the 50 games in the back end, they're good. But if he plays the 50 games at the beginning of the season, then he gets hurt in the back end, it doesn't matter.
I'm
So
surprised they got rid of Cam Jordan. Like Cam Jordan he was a spark plug for them. Him and
you mean Cam Johnson?
I'm sorry, yes, Cam Johnson. I said Cam Jordan. My bad. Yeah, Cam
Yeah,
Johnson, and they got rid of
Jay Crowder.
Crowder, but yeah, and then who was the other? There's another player that they got
Wait,
rid of.
it was Cam Johnson,
It's not. Yeah, it's not Beasley. It's
no, it's Jay Crowder. Cam Johnson and Jay Crowder, wasn't it?
no, there were three of them. Uh,
Oh, okay.
wasn't Beasley? Was it Beasley?
Well, we can look it up,
Yeah.
but and honestly, I don't know how uh KD is gonna really. I don't know how KD. Well, I guess they got enough buckets to go around, but I'm not. What I'm worried about, man, is my Warriors. Man, fuck that. I'm just gonna go into it, man.
All right, before you start, I think Brooklyn actually came up.
I did too. I
I think they'll be a really good solid team.
Well, you already seen Spencer Dinwiddie put in 26. You know, he had a good stat. Like he was plus like 11 or some shit, something like that. But he had 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists on his debut back. So,
you, you know what's crazy? And I
uh,
hate to say this, Ben Simmons is really garbage. And I don't know if it's a mental thing, but like it was you and three of the dopest scorers in the NBA, and yet you still couldn't do shit.
yeah. Ben Simmons got to think about his shit differently. Like there's a one point he averaged 17 points. You know what I'm saying, a game, and he played what he played. I think he played over 70 games or something like
Mhm.
that. 70, 17 points a game. It's a mental block, man. He doesn't want to play basketball anymore. Really, like
And what's the what is the block where you're getting paid millions of dollars?
he's getting that's the whole point is he's doing just enough to stay in the NBA so he can get his check. So I'm sure he's living his best life outside of the NBA.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, kudos to him. Like, yeah, he's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
chilling. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I'm getting millions of dollars and but whatever. Like it doesn't matter. Like he's not worried about being Ben Simmons the best NBA player I can be. He just
right?
like he's just coasting now.
Yeah, I
Like,
think kind of like what you were alluding to was that there aren't enough players who want to be the greatest, like of the NBA.
right.
Because every player that we watched growing up, they want to be the greatest player. These
Right.
players now, they get paid millions of dollars. Like it's just like it's a job. It's like a craft cheese factory. Like, yeah, come to work, make cheese, and go home.
Right. That's why a lot of the centers that get hurt, and stuff like that, they can be good, you can have all natural basketball talent, but you got to put in the work and shit too because that that stress on your body they play 82 damn games, so that stress on your body is, what I'm saying, you got to be able to counter that with working out, doing cardio stuff. Like 82 games is the good
It ma-
lord.
it makes you think a lot of these players didn't have like big homies. And what I say by that is like us growing
People
up,
just people just sit there and tell them like, "Hey, little nigga, you need to get up in there and
not even
work
that,
out."
not even that kind of, but not even that. It's more of the fact that you would go with your brother or I go with my cousins and my brother, and we'd always play against people who are
Oh,
7 years
bigger,
older than us, right?
right?
So it was difficult at first. Once you got your first shot in, you're like, oh, this is simple. It's easy. These niggas ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
you figured it out and you start
your
taking your
mindset changed.
shots.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
mindset changed. Like, yeah, I mean, I played against grown people all my life. So anyone of my age, they really can't compare to me. You know what I mean?
right.
All right, so let's jump to the losers. I know we talked about the winners. So biggest losers.
The Warriors.
I wouldn't say that. You guys got GP2 back, which is
Yeah, we
crazy.
got.
That's crazy. So you let him go just to get him back, knowing knowing that he was really the reason why you guys won the championship last year of his spark. You know what I mean? Like when he got into the game, he was athletic. He was getting the crowd into it. You know what I mean? Like by his play. So you guys let him go and then brought him back. So it's like it's
I don't get the logic on that. And as Warrior fans, we were wondering what the hell Bob Myers or whoever the hell was thinking about that. Because if that was the case, We could have traded James Wiseman at the beginning of the season when he was a hot commodity and kept GP2. And then we could have got what's his name from the Pacers back then when they was the Pacers wanted to trade James Wiseman for dude
Turner?
Miles Turner.
Yeah.
Miles Turner, yeah. So I don't get the logic on that. If James Wiseman was always up for as a trading piece, like why didn't we trade him at the beginning of the season and get Miles Turner? And
Mhm.
where we could have traded him and got him at the price. Like I understand now traded James Wiseman and it saves us what like 100 million or something in luxury tax money, but still we got nothing. I'm sorry, we could have kept GP2 already. Like we
Right.
got GP, we got a player back that we could have had already kept. We lost. We lost in trades. So that's it. I don't think anybody else lost to me except the word.
Good point. Well, there you have it. So, speaking of trading, we're going to trade into something else. So, let's trade into the NFL Pro Bowl and the new format of the skills challenge.
Right.
Ha- I was skeptical, you know, it was hard to find them. I didn't know where they were airing. So I went on YouTube and I watched, all the skill challenges.
Mhm.
I was very happy. I was pleased by it. You know what I mean? It brought me back to like the early '90s with the quarterback challenge.
Okay. Yeah. I like I said, like I previously said to you guys when I text you that you should watch it because I enjoyed it. I mean, if you're not gonna play the game to where people can go hard and hit, and tackle and all that shit because of injuries and stuff like that, this was a good alternative to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The flag football game to me, some people say it's not football, but to me it was good. Like these fans never really get to see the players' faces. They never get to see the players like real personalities and stuff.
Right.
Them having
Emotions.
fun, right? Actually having fun doing stuff.
That's
It's
true.
always serious and oh yeah, and they're always fighting and all that stuff. Seeing that flag football game, you can see them laugh, you see them getting along and stuff like that. You can see their actual faces and stuff. It was good, man.
Well,
It was
because
a win.
in
They did
in in the long run, they're all on the same team,
right.
right? They all work for one company. So
Yeah, it's
it,
all one company.
right. So I really did appreciate it. One of the skill challenges that I think they can make better was the impressive
Receiver.
grab. Yeah,
Yeah, the receiver one.
what they should have done, they should have put like a giant pool in the middle of the field and had them jump. Like when you were kids, you went swimming pool, and
Yeah.
someone throw a football and you jump off the edge and do like a crazy catch. I think that would have been a lot better because they wouldn't worry about injury so much. You know what I'm saying? You could really
You know
lay
what they
out there.
did? You know what they well, if that's the case, for as far as some of them probably can't swim or something like that, but what you could do is, those foam blocks where they have that the gymnast, gymnasiums where
Yeah,
the gymnasts are, and you dive in those pits full of foam blocks.
right,
Is they could have put a trampoline in front of it, or like a foam block pit, have them do like huge jumping in the airs, and then have them do like twists and turns and flips in the air, and then catch the ball to where they could do more tricks.
right. Yeah,
So,
that'd have been hard.
but yeah, I was pleased with the Pro Bowl challenge. So.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, overall, it was a great alternative to the mundane
Yeah,
um, Pro
last
Bowl
year's
game.
Pro Bowl game was, I'm sorry, it was horrible. Yeah, like two-hand touch with pads on, man. Like, come on.
You think you think Sean Taylor ruined that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, now they said, wait, it was a Sean Taylor that hit Tyler Eifert.
There was I know it was one play where it was in a Pro Bowl game, and the punter, they did a fake punt, and he decided to run it, and Sean Taylor lit him up.
Oh, well, that's Okay.
it was
I
still
think
early. It was still earlier on, in the years. But I mean, he
I
got
think th I think that's when they started thinking like, "Okay, maybe we should have them tone it down," because I remember them playing a little bit, still after that, you know what I'm saying? But, like,
You know what I
I
would do? I would propose. So the players who make the Pro Bowl, I think I was
mm,
texting you and Jay this. Whoever they feel is like the most deserving on the practice squad, like whoever's a great player on the practice squad, whoever gives them issues,
like,
have
pick a team.
have them play in have them be a representative of that Pro Bowler, because then you can keep it hard hitting like a regular game because they're in practice
Right.
squad. I mean, they want to make a name for themselves. So imagine if you ball out during the Pro Bowl game and you catch like 100 something yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh man, let's look at him. He might be the next star, a starter on the team.
Well, that's what preseason kind of for.
True.
Pro Bowl, they wanna see the best players play against each other and compete in some way, and they did that. Speaking of best players and competing and stuff like that, I think we gotta talk about this because this this was funny as hell to me, and I don't mean best player in a good way, but I'm in the Denver
Uh,
Broncos term.
but I mean, it all depends on is he. I mean, being a player, it has so many facets.
Well, Russell Wilson, there was news that Sean Payton came in and told Russell Wilson he can't have his office no more. His personal team can't be in the locker room.
Yeah, nigga,
That's the,
I don't know what you thought. Like, yeah,
yeah, cause and I had to laugh because it was that's absolutely. I thought to myself like Russell Wilson's ridiculous with this shit. Cause like play football, man. Do all
yeah,
your shit, do all that other shit after you get done, man. When you retire, cause like
right,
nigga, your name is not just a business. Like you're playing football. Like you said, these people are playing for a business already. You're an employee.
right.
Like
Yeah, you are not the business.
yeah,
You're an employee of the business, but you are not the business.
have your brand and shit, man. But you just don't keep it like. Come on, man. And I'm
Um,
sorry, cause if I was a Denver Bronco on the team, cause I don't care who it was, man, I'll be cracking hella jokes on Russell Wilson, cause I'll be letting him have it, cause like nigga, who you think you is coming up in here? You wait, nigga, who you think you is, motherfucking Ryan O'Neal or something?
pull that.
With
Who you
your
think,
bitch, nigga.
who you think he is? Ron O'Neal or somebody? Nigga, you owe me some money too? No, but here you go.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to touch it. What are your thoughts on that, real quick? Because I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's funny. Sean Payton came in and took everything
No,
for a weekend.
I think Sean Payton, he's an old school coach, and he's letting it be known that no one's bigger than the NFL
Football,
for one, and no one's
right?
bigger than the team. So
Hmm.
the problem was that Denver, they haven't won anything in so long. They were
Hmm.
desperate, so they were able to. So they were so desperate that it was like, all right, whatever you want, man, you can have it.
Right.
But now you have a proven quarter or a proven coach who's been to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, has coached some of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. So now it's like, all right, I'm here now. So all this shit stops today.
That's it's funny. The league bases like if you win the Super Bowl, you get seniority over everything. So since Russell Wilson won the Super Bowl, that's why Nathaniel Hackett didn't get much say over him. So now that Sean Payton came in, won the Super Bowls, like had success on another team, like major success on another
Right.
team, he usurps Russell Wilson's Super Bowl he had back, what was it, 13 years ago or whatever.
Right.
So,
And not only that, but Hackett, he was a rookie coach, rookie head coach.
right, right.
So of course, the powers that be, I wouldn't say made him, but there's a ranking. You know what I mean? There's a hierarchy. So Wilson, he was a Super Bowl winning quarterback, so he kind of had to listen to what Wilson was telling him. But
Right.
now, when there's an even playing field, hey, I'm the coach. Like, what you want to do
Yeah.
now?
It's not an even playing field no more because, like you said, it's Sean Payton. He
Right,
usurps. Like if it was, say, if it was someone, another coach that had had NFL experience as a head coach but never won the Super Bowl, Russell Wilson would still usurp him because he has that Super Bowl.
right,
Now to Sean Payton, or say, here's another scenario: is if it's a coach that has one Super Bowl, or I'll even say this: if it's a coach that even been to the Super Bowl maybe 2 or 3 times in the past, 10 years, and Russell Wilson had his a long time ago, he would still usurp Russell Wilson because he's been there 3 times.
true.
So that's how the NFL seems to work to me.
Um, we kind of want to touch on Russell Wilson's other allegation real fast
What?
about his foundation.
Oh, I've seen that, man. Where they was paying his personal team.
So basically, nigga had to go. He had to go fund because so like I was telling you, uh, there are a lot of players who have um,
Foundations.
foundations and causes,
Mhm.
but no one really knows what they're doing with them. So is that like an easy tax write off? And niggas that like this kind of coincides with the Brett Favre issue,
Right.
except Brett Favre was stealing from the state.
And you can I don't know if Brett Favre was stealing. He was just getting the motherfuckers to give him the money. So it was more coercing.
Okay.
So like, he's like, hey man, you guys got some money, man. Let me use some of that, man.
Yeah,
You know.
help me out,
Uh,
guys. Like,
but Brett, you made such and such million while you played. Why don't you do it? Oh man, I got
I mean,
these other things going, man. So
yeah,
um,
and like
I'm kind
Wrangler,
of
Wrangler, they didn't really pay him like they say.
right.
Like,
Yeah, I
you know
just
what I'm saying? Like,
my deal with Wrangler just ended. They had a 10-year deal with me and stuff like that. So
you know,
but I'm Brett Favre. You guys can do this for me, right?
yeah, hook you me up.
Sure, Brett.
Cool, cool, cool.
We'll do it for you.
Yeah, nigga, I'm rich. I'm out here in these streets, guys.
I'm rich, bitch.
Just tossing money everywhere.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what?
so
Yeah.
but I do find it funny that it was a
It-
story for about a brief minute and, like, no one's
It's
even talking
gone.
about it.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's
But yeah,
it's just crazy, like, the internet's it's nuts to me, man. It's like people don't
they
really care
pick and
about
choose.
they don't care about shit. It's like, "Oh, let's make it a hot headline." But
Nah, it's
but
pick
yet
and choose. It's
but
pick
yet
and choose.
yeah, but yet they don't investigate further into it. It's like, "Oh, well, yeah. Hey, check us out. This happened." And then on to the next story.
Yeah, well, it depends on who it is, because Russell Wilson off the field is beloved or whatever the hell by people and stuff. He's the corny ass dude. Uh, let's ride.
Bronco Nation, let's ride.
Yeah. Oh
Hey,
man,
hey, when they showed
I'm
the outtakes, like, "Let's ride," and
I he is the biggest cornball dude I've ever seen. 'Cause if that is how he really is, man, he is the biggest cornball dude. I don't know how people could be around him because without just like busting into tears laughing because just from the shit he probably said. Like Bronco Nation, let's ride. Like, come on, cuz. Like, who told him, cuz that was cool, cuz? Like, who
They
told him
did.
to get
No, no,
like that?
they gave him the line. I guarantee he didn't make that up on his own. If he
Man,
did, like, 'cause
I could
he's not
see
a
it
great
coming from
MC.
his corny ass, cuz. But
No,
like,
if he came with that, he's not a great MC. He can't freestyle for shit.
that is. It's just embarrassing. Like, I'm sorry, that's embarrassing because, like, Bronco Nation, let's ride. Like, I mean, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, man, I don't even want to waste more energy on it. 'Cause I'll be laughing all night.
But, like, I mean,
Oh,
no matter, he's still winning because he's married to um, certified Grammy artist.
man, that don't mean shit because, oh, okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you understand? Yeah,
Okay,
you
okay,
see
I see
you
what
see
you
the
did.
segue, man?
Okay, all right. Grammys,
Yes, sir.
Grammys, and for you guys that I'm gonna before we get into this, I'm gonna say something, and is I don't want anybody to think anything like I'm against anybody's sexuality or shit like that when I'm talking about this right now because I'm talking solely about just what I think. It has nothing to do with people's sexuality. But go ahead.
The Grammys were lackluster as always. What I
Mhm.
don't appreciate is everyone deserves their time in the spotlight. Everyone deserves their moment. What I don't appreciate or what I don't like is the fact that they try to force feed you a certain narrative throughout the whole show. So,
Yeah,
um,
preach, my brothers. What's that
there,
narrative?
so okay, it seemed like last year they were preaching the LBGTQ community. I'm sorry, LBGTQ plus community,
Hmm.
and this year they were promoting sex changes. I guess
Okay.
it's like they were trying to bring everyone involved into it, but it's like I don't. I'm not feeling it, man. Like, yeah, everyone's important, but you don't have to keep force feeding us this bullshit. And fuck it, I'm out here. So you don't have to keep force feeding us this bullshit about
Hmm.
sexuality and to accept everybody.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Hmm.
If that's who they are, that's who they are. Like, congratulations to the female who won the Grammy with who's that singer?
You gotta tell me because I ain't watched this shit.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look it up. Keep talking real quick, and then
Okay.
I'll find it.
Well, I gotta say something about this. They're force feeding to you. I seen sexuality from what I seen from the performances. I seen mocking Jesus. I seen blatant Satanism right in our face, like worshiping Satan. Uh, and I didn't see that. Like didn't get to watch any of the other stuff. Any of the performances like that. I seen Jay Z's. I didn't watch Jay Z's performance, but I seen a few clips of it where he's trying to mock Jesus, like he's sitting at the table. You
Yeah,
know,
The Last Supper.
yeah, the Last Supper. He's trying to mock Jesus at the Last Supper.
Okay.
Um, I seen that dude, which I gotta say this, man.
Sam Smith
I
is his name.
I never heard of this dude before in my life.
Who, Sam Smith?
Yeah.
So he went away for a minute, but he was, he had a really, really, really huge song back in, I wanna say, oh, 2014 maybe.
Okay. What was it?
Um,
The one he sang at the Grammys?
no, before that. Uh,
Because I gotta say this too. While you're thinking about that, people are stupid, man. People are dumb. Like you're watching this dude's performance. It's not creativity. That's not art. Like the song is called, what is it? Unholy.
yeah.
It's called Unholy for a reason. I ain't even heard the damn song, but there I don't care what the words say. You don't even gotta tell me the lyrics or whatever the hell. The song is Unholy. He's dancing around on stage dressed up as a devil.
Yeah,
Like
all the
with and
imagery
then
is but
like and then people are like, oh, that's art, that's creative. Like, nah, man. like how many times do you have to see somebody dress up like a
Right, yeah.
devil,
It's
a
not creative.
fallen angel, or some kind of demonic thing, you know what I'm saying, to where it's creativity is about, like,
Something new.
yeah, like creating new stuff, like
Right,
doing something different. That's not creativity. That's not art, man. You can call it art, but it's dark art. It's demonic art. That's
man.
all it is.
I'm pretty
There is
good.
no creative.
So, yeah, he had
But
the song called, "I'm Not the Only One" in 2014.
okay,
It was like a love ballad, right? So,
okay.
he won a shitload of Grammys that year, and then he went away, and then I hate the fact that it seems like when people try to reinvent themselves, they wanna do it in a shocking fashion, like you were
Mm.
saying with the imagery. So, this has been done. Lil Nas X did this, you know what I'm saying, with, like,
Yeah,
the
the
whole
devil shit.
devil shit. Like,
They're
come on,
not
man.
just not Lil Nas X. Like hundreds of artists have done the devil shit. There's nothing
Right,
new about it.
right.
There's
So,
nothing creative. That's not creativity.
they just wanna cause, conversation, but
Right.
like I said, kudos to the, young lady who was the first transgender to win a Grammy, and they made that a point as well.
Point.
It's, "Hey, man, I don't care. I love everybody. I don't care what you do, who you are, what you wanna do, who you wanna do it with.
Mhm,
That's it." But I hate the
mhm.
fact that they wanna promote and, like, put it out there in your face the whole time, like, "Hey, you should be, acknowledging this. Acknowledge me." No, like,
It's like, okay, like it doesn't need to be acknowledged that it was a transgender person. Like we just need to acknowledge that the person won
and they
the
have a talent.
and they have talent. That's it. That's it. Our baby, like these kids, like these people are doing this shit on purpose now.
It goes from,
They know kids. They know
music
kids.
cartoons, like, they have
Right. It.
they have transgender cartoon characters, and I get it, it's the way of the world now, right? Everyone wants to be included, everyone wants to be inclusive in or be respected in everything. I get it, but
But you don't.
do we really
You
care?
You don't need to shove it all in these kids' faces, man. Like you said, man, you don't. There's no reason for a 6, 7 year old kid. I'm sorry to say this, and I don't to be like I'm gay or I want to be a little boy or I want to be a little girl. Like why, man? Why? God made you like you are as a kid. When you turn 18, 21, whatever, you choose like you feel some type of way. Like okay, make that choice, man. But like like
A
it's
and
just sad to me, man.
the
It's
issue
sad.
the issue that I'm seeing with it's more parenting, and when I say that,
It's
it's that
yeah,
TV and all
right.
these apps, they're raising your kids, you put it on for them, so they're watching this 8 hours a day,
Yeah,
right?
it's the
So they're
reason why they call it this is like we said, the reason why they call it programming is it's
right.
programming. It's programming your children to do what the programs are, you know, what they're watching. But go ahead.
Yeah, so that's kinda what I'm saying, like, it's parenting and you're letting TV and all these apps
Raise
ba
the kids.
babysit your kids, basically.
Yeah.
Which, I
So
mean, I'm guilty too. I mean, I used to watch Sesame Street, like, everyone's guilty of it, you know what I mean? Like, I just think a conversation needs to be had, or at least sit
yeah,
down or at least sit down
distinguishing right,
right, or at least sit down and watch a couple episodes with them, just to see what they get from
where
it
they get
and
from
and
yes,
what you're getting
yeah,
from it. And
yes.
then ask them questions like, "Hey, so this was a cool episode, but what do you remember most about it?" Right?
Right.
And
What
then
stood out to you most about it?
exactly, and then you can fall behind that like, "Well, I saw this," and then that creates a conversation because one thing about, uh,
Mhm,
kids and parents, and even us growing up, it was grown folks' business, right? So grown folks
mhm,
would be in one room and you'd be in another room. But now, the way the world is and the way technology and content is being brought to everybody is that everyone can see it, but no one's really
yeah.
talking about it.
Well, that's the thing is is when we were younger, yeah, we were separated from the grown folks. They got to talk. They would talk. We have our ear to the door, whatever. We get bits and pieces of stuff
Right.
like that. Nowadays, kids they go on YouTube and they're getting all these grown folk conversations. You know what I'm saying? And they're 7, 8. Like they said, 6, 7 years old, listening to grown folks conversations, and then not just listening to it, not just stumbling on it and being like, oh, like they're full on listening to it, watching the whole video of these grown folks fighting, of these grown folks shooting people, of these grown folks arguing, slapping people, doing all this shit. And, they're growing up thinking this shit is cool. Like it's
And they understand it. So
right, yeah,
the crazy
yeah.
part
Now they understand it
and the
too,
crazy
right?
part is when you ask them about it, like, "Hey, you have any questions?" They're like, "No." So you have
Nah, I'm
someone else
good.
so you have someone else explaining it for them who they listen to rather than
Right,
the parents
right,
teaching them what's really going on, you know?
right.
So, yeah, man, all the devil imagery, it's been done before.
That's not
Find find
creativity,
find
man.
something new. I mean,
Right.
really, that and then the Grammys shouldn't be 6 hours long. If that's the case, make
Good
'em
Lord.
don't even show awards, just have it be performances. I think that will bring people back because, with ticket prices and I know you guys spent a pretty penny to go watch the Warriors, right? So,
Yeah.
with ticket prices, with those who can't afford it, that would be a good way for them to watch their favorite acts on television.
Well, those ticket prices got to pay for them for them fools to do their performances too. Because if you perform at the Grammys, they got to get paid for it.
True, true. But like I'm saying, don't even have awards. Just have
Right.
performances for the whole let's do a 3-hour show of just performances.
Yeah,
Um,
6 hours is way too much, man. Good Lord.
one
That's
one
like damn near a job.
definitely, yeah. One performance that I did like was, the 50th anniversary of hip hop, so they had a timeline melody
Hmm.
of from Grandmaster Flash till Glorilla, right? So, that was dope,
Hmm.
but it's like,
Man, who the fuck is
you're trying to
Glorilla?
please she had, a song called, FREE, fuck nigga free, I don't need all these yeah. She signed to,
Ah,
yeah, she signed to, um,
I'm just too old for this shit
what's the
now.
name from, Memphis. She signed to what's the name from Memphis. Uh,
uh, what's his name? Good Lord.
yeah, I know, right? Getting old.
Gotti.
Yeah. So she signed to Yo Gotti, but it was good to, see, the old school rappers,
Right.
you know, Flavor Flav, they did, Public Enemy came out, and Flavor Flav he looked young again, you know what I'm saying? He looked wild, he was doing the crackhead dance, yeah. Hey, I was like,
Yeah,
that's a period in time where these niggas don't know about how crack was ruling the world. Like,
yeah.
he came out and he was doing the dance like, "Oh, I remember that." Queen Latifah
Hmm.
came out, Run DMC came out, LL Cool J performed.
The age of
Uh,
consciousness.
right. They even had Pasta News from, um why am I drawing blanks all day?
Hey man, I gotta say one thing
Whatever.
about this because I seen this. Man, what they do to Madonna, man. Damn.
No, what did Madonna do to herself?
Nah, man. I don't know, cuz they that
She
ain't
looked
just herself, cuz
she looked like, a white Asian version of Little Kim,
now, man,
and, that might sound mean, but nah, I mean,
that's
um,
they're making her look
like a lizard.
not just a lizard, like a witch, cuz like
I
a
I think
like
they're
she looked like
trying
a
I think they're trying to, uh, let us know that aliens are on Earth.
Madonna's one of them. She a lizard person.
What else is the excuse?
Nigga, I don't know, man, but her skin was looked like it was pulled back, nigga, by some, cause like they put hooks in, what's that?
Hellraiser? Is
Hellraiser, yeah, cause they
it
where the nigga got them hooks in his face, and they was pulling the skin back, cause that's what it looked like, cause Damn, yeah. Ain't she like almost 80?
She's in her 60s.
Oh, well, damn, she almost 70 then. But good lord, man,
Yeah.
I was scared looking at her though, and I'm sorry to say if y'all like Madonna and shit, but she
And
was scary, yeah.
yeah, but then she comes out as like, "Hey, people have feelings and you shouldn't talk about people."
I mean, fuck
It's like,
all that,
"Cuz you
man.
did
Get
that
the fuck
you
out of
did it to yourself. You thought you look hot and then like you think like it's like coming out, at prom or whatever and you think you killing it with your outfit and you walk in and take your picture like, "Oh, that is trash." Hey, you did
Yeah,
it. Like you did it to yourself.
that was scary, man. And I'm sorry if y'all like Madonna. I had to say that, yeah, because I was like, cuz I don't know what they're doing to these people now. Cuz like,
Yeah, that
good
was
lord,
scary. That was scary. Stevie Wonder needs to stop.
what
First of
happened?
all, well, someone should tell Stevie Wonder. So Stevie Wonder used to have braids in the front of his head, right?
So his hairline's receding now. Okay.
So he has those same braids, but it's in the back.
Oh,
But it's in the back of his head.
is that nigga balding with braids in the back of his head? Or is it braids and dreadlocks?
Nah, they're braids. Yeah,
So he got
like because like
he got a
somebody in his
balding braid. He got
somebody in
balding
his
braids.
camp. Yeah, somebody he got a braided ducktail in the back. Remember when he used to say that he doesn't have ducktails? Like somebody in his
Oh,
team should have been like, "Hey, Stevie, man,
just take it off.
yeah, they'll
It's
they'll
time for it to go.
they'll still love you, Stevie." It's like, no, no,
No,
this is my trademark. No, nigga,
yeah,
you
this is
see what
me.
you look like. Yeah,
This is me. I embrace my looks.
him, Smokey Robinson looking young as ever. This nigga hadn't closed his eyes.
Now was he smiling all the time too? Yeah.
Yeah,
I know Smokey was smiling the whole time. Yeah.
he still sounded pretty good, but I mean, like,
Oh, real?
like this time just
Can he move? Can he move though? Was he just
no. I mean, for his age, he was still moving. He wasn't like he was
two stepping?
yeah, basically, it wasn't like he was
Okay.
doing a dance routine. But still, it's like
Okay.
it's time to let everyone just age
Enjoy
peacefully.
life.
Yeah, age peacefully, man. Put him in the crowd, show him on camera.
No, man, that's what I was they can't, man. You sign your soul, man. You gotta perform to the day you die, man. That's why. Once you give your soul up, nigga, you can't stop. You gotta go.
So, is that what podcasting is going to become?
That's what man, nigga, I ain't selling my soul for this podcast. You crazy.
It's like, hey, T. So if they sat us down, it's like, hey,
No.
that's what I'm telling you. It's like, hey, so you guys are moving numbers, man. Like, you guys are really making a huge dent in the culture right now. So we're willing to offer you, each of you, 35 million, per year to keep doing this as long, until until you smell like piss and shit.
Nah,
Until
and
you,
then it'll be like, well, what it is, and I'll be like, well, what else comes with it then? Because I know it, and I don't mean like but I mean like what y'all trying to do to me, 'cause what y'all trying to physically want to do to me to give me that money.
I was like, oh man, sooner or later we'll give
I
you,
don't want,
new
nah,
teeth,
nigga,
a new retinal scan. You know what I'm saying?
you ain't playing with my nigga, you ain't doing none of that shit. So nigga, I know I don't want the money. Sorry.
No one said it had to be sexual
That's what that
innuendos.
shit. Nah, that shit, man. I'm sorry. That's how they roll in Hollywood now. That's how they do it. I just watched something on Diddy, Kev, where this nigga got to. I'm sorry to say, he got to dominate you, because in order for you to be on Bad Boy and shit like that. You know what I mean by dominate, right?
I have an idea. I mean, I don't want to speculate.
I mean, fuck all speculation.
No, what I'm saying is you really can't you can't put it out there and say that's who this nigga is. You know what I mean? Like
Who? Who? Why? Why can't I say that?
because we don't know for you don't like it's hearsay at this point.
Man, all right. It's hearsay to
It's
you because what's hearsay to me is like stop acting gay in front of me and stop doing dumb like shit. If you're gay, be gay. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, don't deny it, cause don't sit there and do it, and then you turn around and do like, nigga, you want to, oh, daddy, you ain't never party. You seen it, like, cause that if you, Al, what the,
Are you talking about
cause
you talking about the
you about
interview?
to piss me off,
Hey,
cause like for real, cause
you talking about the interview
like,
with him, Fab, and Jada Kiss?
yeah, you see how uncomfortable them niggas are sitting there looking on the couch and shit like that
He's
when
like,
he's
oh, he's like,
talking to
oh,
him, cause
he's like, yeah, Daddy, we never partied. Like, nigga, what
hey,
the
bro,
fuck you
Al,
want, cuz?
Al, how are you gonna sit here and say this man is not questionable in that sense? Cause
All I'm saying is
just don't deny it.
we
All
don't
I'm
have.
saying,
All I'm saying is we don't have proof.
nigga, the proof is in his pudding, right?
No, actually, the proof is in somebody else's pudding, nigga.
Well, that's the thing. Cause stop doing it. Stop doing questionable shit like that, man. Like I don't care. Cause like
Wouldn't party like that,
who gonna
Daddy.
look at this nigga? Who gonna watch that video and literally sit here and say that he has no like? There's no tendencies right there. Cause like you. Cause you got to be oblivious to everything in your like, you know what I'm saying, to your life. You don't think there's something more going on there, man.
Check this out, though. I was thinking just now. I think that
Oh,
maybe we
good
are.
lord.
I'm thinking that maybe we are aliens. Like, so they're trying to make everything fluid. There needs to be fluidity in sexuality, right? To where it's like, oh, it is what it is. Like you got
What you
to.
mean?
They're just trying to make it like, oh, are you into that? Like you're into this? All right, cool. Like
Man,
it
they're
shouldn't be
trying to
it shouldn't be an issue, but it's like they
you
they highlight it. So for instance, like think about think about back in like Roman times, right?
Roman times, I'm sorry to say this,
But
back in
but but
Rome. I like
but
watching their movies, but they were disgusting people.
like
Sorry.
but dudes used to mess with dudes. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. So back in Roman times, it was I don't know if they were shunned upon, right?
It
And then
wasn't
at,
taboo. It was you know, they weren't shunned upon because they used to ask them like, "Do you want a boy? Do you want a girl? Do you want a 18-year-old?" Nigga, they used to get them in whatever the hell they want, man. Especially
right.
if they was gladiators.
But then as time progressed, it kind
It
of it was
became nasty,
right. So
immoral.
a sealed door got locked, right? But now
Mhm.
it's like it's
It's
going
coming
back
back.
to that way. So
Disgusting to me.
hey man, like it's n- it's not bothering me because I'm not into that. I'm not with that culture. So it doesn't do your own thing. That's what I'm saying. Do
Nah,
your own
man,
thing. It
that's
doesn't bother me.
nah. It bothers me. It bothers me. All that shit bothers me. I have little girls. Like, nah, don't do that shit, man.
What I'm
Don't do
saying is
that.
though, what I'm saying is like y- you're your own person. It doesn't concern you. So why let it get to you? That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say something on air that probably I shouldn't say right now.
If it's on your doorstep, then it's on your doorstep. But other than that, then
I'm gonna say something on the air probably shouldn't say, but I'm going to say it because I feel deeply about this. I do not condone pedophilia in any way. If I come across it, or if I
no.
see
We
it,
weren't
or
talking
if
about
I
pedophilia.
mention,
We're
oh,
talking about
okay,
we're just talking about like sexuality. I'm not talking about pedophilia.
sexuality, okay, all right,
Yeah, no,
sexual.
we weren't talking about pedophilia.
Because
So,
when we was talking about Roman times, I was talking,
oh,
we were talking
gotcha,
about back
gotcha.
then, the niggas, they did that shit. So,
Right.
but anyway,
I was more speaking of less, or I was speaking on the activities. Like they would
okay,
sleep with whoever back then. I wasn't talking about
right.
pedophilia. So yeah,
Oh yeah, that's coming. That's definitely coming back around because the girls are the ones pushing the agenda more than anything. Like bitches only they don't like the women rappers. All of them talk about the same thing all at once. That's it. Every female rapper talks about the same thing. And they're pushing it to the babies and to the little girls and shit like that. Now every little girl's walking around wanting the Birkin purse. You know what I'm saying? Talking about that she don't want to meet this little boy because he don't got a car, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't got no money and shit, stuff like that. They don't even want to play with him. They don't want to talk to him because he ain't got
Right.
10,000 followers on Instagram and stuff like
It's
that.
all about high value. Like,
Right. It's ridiculous now,
what can you
man.
do? How what is the perception if I'm with you? Whereas back in the day, it was like, "Hey, I like you, you like me, let's just date." Like, to me, it's like, "Hey, you be happy. It's break time. Better take this $3 and get yourself a donut and a Sprite." You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say we're gonna we gotta get ready to wrap this up a little
Yeah.
bit, but I gotta say this: the population isn't by eradicating people, these diseases and stuff. It's a form of population control, but the way they're doing it is with the stuff that they're pushing to us on the TV. That's the way they're trying to control the population now. They don't want kids. They don't want people to have normal relationships. They don't want people to get together and have kids anymore.
Right.
So
Which goes
like
back to
they
our last week's episode about computer love. Like,
right.
that they want people to be so enthralled in technology to where
The technical world
you
to
don't
where
need human interaction. It's you and your
no
robot.
more human interaction. That's
Yeah.
what we going. It's I forgot what that movie was where the nigga was sitting there playing as uh, a avatar. Like it showed the
Oh, you mean,
metaverse a long time. Uh,
it was he's like in a video game world, right?
yeah, yeah, and he was a fat nasty dude, but he made himself a sexy like his little avatar was like a female. He tried to make her all sexy and shit like that, and he was walking around.
He
Oh man,
busted in dude's room.
yeah, and then
He had
busted the dude's
a
room, and
nasty,
he
dirty,
said,
sweaty Jerry curl, like,
"Yeah, cause then he had like food stains on his shirt and shit." And he's like, "Kaz, like what the fuck, Kaz?" And it already showed the metaverse and how people are. Cause
yeah,
like they showed us a long time ago. So that's where we're going to. It's sad, and I'm sorry to say we can't do anything about it because our voices are not heard at this time, and there will never be heard enough to where we can change the world. But I guess just talking about it is the first step, right?
yeah. No, I mean, hopefully everyone's waking up. Uh, Speaking of wake up, real fast, let's cut this down real fast. I just want to say this.
Okay.
So, the China balloon. So we ended up shooting down a weather balloon from China, which China said that's what it was. It was for research purposes, and we shot it
Man,
down. And then China's like, "Oh, if you guys fly something over our airspace, we're gonna shoot whatever it is down." The
okay.
world,
That's only fair.
right? But what I'm figuring about, or what I'm figuring out about this world is that this world will never work unless there's conflict or like the public people have to be scared about shit. Because right now it seems like everything that's being said, we're on the brink of war about everything. And I think if it comes down to it, to where let's say there was 3 years of peace and harmony, motherfuckers would freak out because they wouldn't know what to do. Like, well, something feels wrong. This don't feel right. It's too calm around here. So
That's the thing is they were trying to get us in the uproar about it because China might be spying on us. And man, China has robots walking around. You know what I'm saying? Doing shit like that. You think they'll send a balloon and put it over us just for us to, like a little common balloon to spy on us and get all intel on our nuclear, you know,
sites, right?
protocols and shit like that from a balloon? Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, they're just trying to put us in the uproar and trying to get us mad at China again.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I'm
ridiculous.
tired. I'm like, man, like really comes down to it. Like,
Can we all just get along?
if you're religious or not, he's gonna come back pretty soon. I
Good
think.
lord, he gonna come back sooner than later now, cause y'all,
Yeah,
the
because everyone's
world
just
is
wilding the fuck out.
yeah, the world is going crazy right now. So
Yeah, man, get your shit together, put yourself up, quit with the bullshit. Because one thing I hate is that these governments play with people's lives, and we have no say in any of this, but yet they expect us to rise up to the occasion and
it ain't
fight.
just the governments, man. It's all you rich these rich mother. they keep playing with us. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
thinking like we're just like this is what Jen calls it sheeple. And I know a lot of people say that, but Jen says it a lot too. But they're just treating us like sheeple, man. You know, they're feeding us whatever the hell they want, and a lot of people are just running with it, man. But
Yeah.
some of us are waking up, man, and we will not. I hope enough of us, wake up to,
Put a
start
stop to
making
it.
a change. Yeah, start making a change in the right direction, man, because this is ridiculous.
It's crazy. But yeah, that was my piece on that.
Right
So,
on, right on.
all right, man. Once again, we had a great conversation, another
That was
great
a good
podcast.
conversation, man. Yeah, man. It started getting deep towards the end. I know we was rambling about the sports for a little bit, but yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, what I'm saying? Niggas ain't no little
Yeah.
podcast, cuz.
All right, I'll take us to the bridge.
Oh, nigga. And thank you once again for listening to Talking Spit podcast. I'm sorry, Talking Spit After Hours podcast. We're your hosts, TJ, Bane, Helen Poe. If you like it, you like it. If you love it, you love it. We love y'all. See y'all niggas next week. Peace.
Oh, you forgot to say the big Talking Spit After Hours podcast.
Oh shit. Oh, my bad. Yeah, the biggest. Nigga. This is, hey, nah, for real. But let me really take time on this real quick.
Come on, man. Damn.
Nah, I really need to say this.
Well, you can't take time on it, cuz you've been home for a long time already.
I know.
But go ahead, man.
Yeah. Congratulate niggas who are doing something. Don't have sorry marks. Thinking that it's cool. We're built. Me and T, we're really built Ford tough for this. So whatever side comment you might have, it doesn't really affect us. To some niggas, you might get, they might flash out off on you and take you out. See, for us, it don't matter what you guys think, but it does matter because we know y'all niggas is watching. See y'all niggas next week.